Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Anderson again here with another book. You might remember this author because we read a book earlier in the year that had the same kind of qualities. The book was What Do You Do With an Idea? And you talked about it, we read about it, and we noticed to take care of an idea, you have to nurture it, care for it, give it attention, and ignore those haters that think your idea is weird or different because they're just jealous that they didn't come up with it. That same author came up with another book. I love this one because we all have an issue. What do you do with a problem? As you can see here, storm, umbrellas getting pulled away from them. Interesting. So what do you do with a problem? What are problems for? And what do you do with a problem? A lot of times our anger and our rage sets in. We get mad, we get angry with that problem. But it actually only makes the problem what? Worse. So let's read the book and let's find out what our author said about what do you do with a problem. I'm going to take the cover off, make it a little easier to read. What do you do with a problem? I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but it was there. We all can feel that way, boys and girls. Everybody can relate to this, young and old. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with a problem? I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shoot it. I scowled at it. I tried to ignore it. But nothing worked. I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? Right? Sometimes we worry and we keep worrying. It consumes us and we get so worried. We'd stop paying attention to everything else. And that's not good. We all have problems. So what are we going to do with the problem? Now what he did when he said, what do you do with an idea? He said, we change the world. So let's find out what they do with a problem. What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes away all of my things? I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen. I worried about what could happen. I worried about this and I worried about that. And that's what problems do, boys and girls. They make you so anxious and nervous. You worry, you worry, you worry. And look how he's reacting to worrying. So we definitely can relate and make these connections to this one for sure. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem became. And that's right, boys and girls. The more you worry about the problem, the bigger it gets. You're overthinking about the problem and not taking those relaxing breaths. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good at all. That's a key word there. And the more I avoided my problem. Boys and girls, you can't avoid, you can't run from your problems, right? You can't avoid them and push them to the side because your mind's still thinking about them and you still need to solve it. So, I hope we can figure out what we do with a problem. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. That happens sometimes. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. Sometimes, boys and girls, when we think about problems and we're worried, they actually feel bigger than they really are. Think about Mr. Anderson. If he's scared of spiders, that's a problem. And if a spider's crawling to me and I start freaking out and getting nervous and scary, I'm making that problem way bigger than that little spider is. Let's see if he can teach me something about what I need to do with my problem. I realized that I had to face it. Face it. He had to face his own problem. All right. So Mr. Anderson's got to face his own problem of spiders. I'll have to do that the next time I see one. So even though I didn't want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. That's good. So you got to face your problem, boys and girls. You got to face up to it. You got to own it. And just attack it, meet it, tackle that problem. Because once that problem's solved, the weight off your shoulders. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered it had something beautiful inside. I wonder what that is. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and to grow, to be brave, to do something. That's really cool. So they're saying that every time that you have a problem, you actually have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to change your thinking. You have an opportunity to learn from yourself, to grow, to be brave. So I think about that when it comes to spiders. I've always been scared of spiders ever since a kid. I guess every time I saw a spider, I figured that problem was going to attack me, and I tried to hide from it like he's been doing. So the next time that I see a spider, I need to see it as an opportunity for me to be brave, for me to do something. Boys and girls, think about that in the real world. You see somebody bullying something. That's a problem. You're going to run away from that and hide? Or is that an opportunity for you to be brave? Think about that. I like that page. So every problem now is an opportunity. I'm going to think about that. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once. So when you have those problems, that's an opportunity for you to grow, to make change in yourself, to be braver and stronger than you ever were. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secret. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. So a lot of times, boys and girls, we see a problem and we're like, oh, it's a problem. Ugh. And you're looking at the problem negatively. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. So when you see a problem, pause and say, okay, there's a problem, but there's got to be a way to get an opportunity to make something positive out of this. Could it be making me braver, smarter, stronger? Interesting. So whenever you have a problem, think about it like an opportunity to make some change in yourself. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. The end. So boys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed that book, and I hope you enjoy this author. He's got one more book. It says, what would you do with a chance? Almost like a second chance or an opportunity, right? Interesting. So I thoroughly hope you enjoyed this book. What do you do with a problem? We all face problems in our world, boys and girls, young and old, whether it's bills, friends, school, work, our house, our brothers and sisters, our animals that we hold, or even animals that we don't have. There are problems in our world. So do we look at those problems and run away? They're still going to be there. Do we look at those problems and say, yeah, they're a problem, I don't know, and just ignore them? Guess what? They're still going to be there. So when we look at a problem, look at it from a different way and say, okay, there's the problem. Now what can I do as an opportunity to make something better, to make me better, to do something, to make me brave? Think about that. So the next time you have a problem, don't dwell on it, don't hide from it, oh, I'm so nervous, I don't like my problem. No. Pause. Tell your problem out loud. But then think of ways of how you can overcome that problem. Think about the opportunities that you have when that problem arises. And I hope to see you soon again for another book. Thank you for your time.